Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be another story time video, and it's going to be about the time when my sister stole my Uggs. Now I know that it doesn't really sound like there's much of a story to that, but there's background information and details, and there actually is a story to it. It's a really good one. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell down below. And without further ado, if you guys would like to hear the story about the time when my sister stole my Uggs, then just keep watching. Before I get started, I just wanted to give you a little bit of background detail about me and my sister. So she is about 3.5 years younger than me, and growing up it was like World War III. I love her, but like when you raise two girls, like it's like World War III. And honestly, like my dad only had one heart attack, thank God. But I'm not joking when I tell you it was rough. And I always tell people joking, but like I'm serious. If you can raise two girls, you can do anything in life. So my sister and me, like for tops and shirts and anything like that, we were about the same size. And my sister was always, going into my room and stealing my clothes, and it was just this ongoing thing. And sometimes I'd get mad at her and just steal stuff because she stole stuff from me. And the worst was like she would take things from me and then I'd like forget about them. You know what I mean? So that was, it was just like constant for like my whole, growing up from like my teen years. It was just a back and forth with her. So in our house that we grew up in, we had a Jack and Jill bathroom. So we each had 2 doors to our bedroom. So the doors that were by the bathroom, we had deadbolts to, and then each the doors that led out to the hallway, we had locks with keys. So that's how like serious it was when it came to the whole like stealing stuff and stealing clothes. So I actually, that was actually my idea because I was getting so sick of her stealing my stuff. Like she would leave in the morning and have one outfit on, and then she would probably hope that I didn't see her in school, especially when she started, when she was in high school, like in 9th grade, she was at the same school as me. She was in the senior high. She would probably hope that I didn't see her, and I'd see her and she'd be wearing my shirt. I'd be like, what the hell, Danielle? Like, what the hell? So, I mean, it's like, it's funny looking back on it, but like that was a struggle. And on top of that, like, she was daddy's little girl all the time. You couldn't, like, if anybody came to my dad and said, Danielle did this, he'd be like, no, she didn't. She's daddy's little girl. Now, I know for any of you guys who are the older sibling, especially if you were the older daughter and you have a younger sister, you can totally relate to me. So my parents raised us really strict, which I'm very thankful they did because, I always say we turned out right. But I was raised really strict, you guys. Like, I was raised so strict that I wasn't allowed to talk to boys on the phone until I was 19 years old. And like when I would go to stay at a friend's house, my parents would make me call from their house, and then they'd make sure that the last name showed up on the caller ID just so they knew that I was telling the truth, because they didn't want me hanging out with boys. Like, I'm not joking, you guys. My sister, she could talk on the phone with boys at 13 and hang out with them. So it was always like that ongoing thing. Like, she could go to the mall unsupervised at 13. Me, I was like 16 or 17. I got my first cell phone at like 16 or 17. She had hers at 13. And my dad would always say, oh, well, times have changed. So it just stunk, but you know what, that's what the oldest always has to go through it. So yeah, that's just like a little background information. And then I will mention one more thing back to like the locks on our doors. So my sister, and this is exactly how she stole my Uggs, she would wait when I wasn't home and nobody was looking, and she would take a credit card and break into my room from the door that was let out into the hallway because she couldn't unlock the deadbolt. She would take a credit card, break into my room, and just help herself to whatever, and then just never tell me. And then that's how I forgot about things. But some things were obviously noticeable, like my Uggs. So that's just a little background information, you guys. Back when I was in high school around like 2003 to 2005, like Uggs were just like the biggest. Like, Uggs still are big, but like they were like really, really popular back then, and like every girl had to have them. And me and my sister, we each, I think I had a couple more pairs of Uggs than she did. So one day I just noticed that my black Uggs were missing, and the black Uggs were the ones that I wore the most. I wear a lot of black. So I was like, oh my God, I called one of my friends, did I leave them there? I was looking all around the house, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, where are my Uggs? I need these, like, I need to wear them. They're like I wear them every single day in the wintertime. Where are they? After like a couple weeks, I was really getting frustrated because I'm a very routine person even back then. So I'm like, the Uggs would have been in my closet, or I would have just took them off when I came into the house and just left them right by the front door. Like, they wouldn't be anywhere else. I didn't leave them anywhere else. Like, where are they? It was driving me crazy. So I did. I asked my sister within those 3 weeks, I was like, Danielle, did you take my Uggs by any chance? Because I know you take other stuff of mine. Did you take my Uggs? And she was like, no, I swear, Ashley, I did not take them. I did not take them. So I'm like, all right. And then, you know, more time went by and I still asked her. And then she started helping me look for the Uggs, okay? She was like, well, you know what? Let me help you look for the Uggs. And she was looking around the house and like, you know, giving me suggestions on where my Uggs could be and helping me. And that's the funny part. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And she like really was helping me. And she's like, Ashley, like, I really don't know where they are. I don't have them. But I was not, and that's what I want to get back to. Like, I was not allowed in her room, and when she wasn't home, the doors were locked. Same with me. And even if she was downstairs and I was home, like, I could not go in a room. It was like, you just couldn't. It was like a war zone. You can't cross over here. You can't cross over here for reasons. But so I never could actually go and look in her room and see if she had them or not. So one day I was like, you know, I was getting close to just saying, okay, I'm just gonna drop like $250 on another pair of Uggs. And you guys know Uggs they're expensive. $250, like, that's a lot of money. I think back then, like, the tall, just the tall classics were like, you know, a little under $200. I feel like they're over $200 now. The price on them just keeps going up. So, you know, I went to my dad and I go, Dad, look, I go, I'm about to drop a lot of money on another pair of Uggs. I cannot find them. I've been looking for them for like the last month, and Danielle's helped me. I've asked her if she's had them. She's told me no. But I know that that's bull crap. But my daddy's little girl, he goes, well, you know, there's no way she took them. I go, Dad, can you just unlock her door? Because my dad was the key holder. He held the key to both of our bedrooms. I'm like, Dad, can you just unlock her door and you can stay in the room with me and make sure I don't take anything, and can I just look and see if they're there before I spend this money? And he finally like caved in, and he was like, do not tell your sister, you know, whatever, whatever, whatever. So he unlocks the door. I walk in. I go right into her closet. Bitch had my Uggs right in the closet. No. But anyways, like, I was pissed. So, like, it's just funny because and this is how our childhood was back then, and it was crazy, but like, looking back on it, it's funny, and we can tell these stories, but like, she was helping me look for the Uggs when she had them the whole time. Like, that's what it was. Like, that's what our story was. And I was like so upset, and then I'm like, Dad, see, she took them. And he like couldn't even believe it. Like, he was shocked, and I'm like, Dad, she sat here for weeks helping me look for them and telling me she didn't have them. This just goes to show you, because I'd always go to him and be like, Dad, like, I'm missing this top. I don't know where the shirt is. Like, the things that I remembered that would go missing. And she would say no to. And there were a couple times where I would actually break back into her room and steal my stuff back. We love each other now. We obviously have separate houses and separate closets, so she's never near my stuff. I don't have to worry about it, and this was like, you know, 15 years ago. That's the story of the time when my sister stole my Uggs, helped me look for them, and acted like she didn't steal them. And she was like, you know, I don't know, this is like maybe when she was like 14, 15 years old, and I was like, or maybe 16, 14, 15, 16, and it was like our high school years. That's when we were like, where she was stealing all my stuff, and we were going back and forth, swiping the credit cards to get into each other's rooms. So yeah, that's the story of when she stole my Uggs and lied to my face and helped me look for them. But I just thought it was a funny story. And if any of you guys are the older child and can relate to me, especially if you have a sister growing up and you were really, like, your parents were really strict with you, and then your younger sibling just got away with everything. Like, literally, she got away with everything. Like, I had to get good grades. Like, I couldn't come home with below a 90, you guys, or like I was grounded. Like, I am not joking. My sister, like, barely passed. They just didn't care. It's like they gave up on the second child. But if you guys can relate to that, let me know, and I can do more story time videos of like my past and everything like that. But I figured this would be just kind of a quick, funny story to share with you guys. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.